I'm doing good, I'm on some new stuff. Been saying yes instead of no. I thought I saw you at the bus stop, I didn't though. We were something, don't you think so? Roaring 20s, tossing pennies in the pool. And if my wishes came true, then it would have been you. In my defense, I have none for never leaving well enough alone. And it would have been fun if you would have been the one. Hey guys, thanks for checking out this guitar lesson for The One by Taylor Swift. This is part of a whole series I'm going to do on the entire Folklore album, lessons for basically every song. So make sure to check out the playlist. I'll include a link in the description, but also at the end of the video. So yeah, let's get to it. The first chord you need to know is F, and you play that with ring finger on the 3rd fret of D, middle finger on the 2nd fret of G, and then index resting on both B and high E. The next chord is C, and you play that with ring finger on the 3rd fret of A, middle on the 2nd fret of D, and index on the 1st fret of B. The next chord you need to know is A minor. You play that with middle finger on the 2nd fret of D, ring on the 2nd of G, and index on the 1st of B. The next chord is G, and you play that with middle finger on the 3rd fret of low E, index on the 2nd fret of A, ring on the 3rd of B, and pinky on the 3rd of high E. The last chord is E minor, and you play that with middle finger on the 2nd fret of A, ring on the 2nd of D. So those are all the chords for the song. There is a strumming pattern though, and it's a little bit tricky. You'll see that there's an X in the pattern, and what that means is you just take your knuckles and you hit them against the strings right where you strum, and it makes kind of like a clapping noise. So there are 2 of those in every measure. It starts off with a downstroke on 1, and then an upstroke on the right before 2. So it's going to be so 1E and and then on 2 you make the clapping noise. So 1E and 2, and then you repeat that in the second half of the measure. So 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and Alright, and if that's a little too complicated, you can always do just a downstroke on every quarter note. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and... But yeah, so that's the song. You know the strumming pattern, you know the chords. Let's just go through it. I'm doing good, I'm on some new stuff. Been saying yes instead of no. I thought I saw you at the bus stop, I didn't though. We were something, don't you think so? Roaring 20s, tossing pennies in the pool. And if my wishes came true, then it would have been you. In my defense, I have none for never leaving well enough alone. And it would have been fun if you would have been the one. Alright, that's the song. I hope it was a lot of help. If you guys have any more questions, please make sure to leave them down below. And make sure to check out the rest of the playlist so you'll catch all the other folklore lessons I do. And as always, make sure to subscribe so you catch all the lessons to come. Alright, thanks guys.